Hey YouTube, StickGuy187 here. This is going to be part of my self-defense and personal defense series on knives. I'm going to do a series of items that would be more for personal defense rather than like field use or an everyday carry or anything like that. Some of these have been on my belt as an everyday carry or a personal defense knife. Specifically, this little guy that you saw in my M48 Tactical Tomahawk video. This knife you've not actually seen before. It's, well, I'll get to it, but both of these are actually by United Cutlery. I'll put their specs and everything, their full names below, but they're both from the Undercover series. This is the UC1263B for black. It's a stainless steel. It's an AUS-6 Stainless steel. And this is also from their Undercover series, the Undercover Fighter, I think it's called. It is the, upside down, UC2735 AUS-6 Stainless steel. The reason I'm going to focus on them together, besides being the same steel, you saw a little bit of one of their blade designs. Their blade thickness is the exact same, the edge is pretty much the same, their intent is roughly the same. So we'll start with Dove. So this is the sheath that comes with standard flexi nylon sheath. It has two elastic loops. Typically when I carry it, it will sit right here on my belt on either side of a belt loop. It will only fit your standard dress belt, your standard jeans belt. It will not fit a tactile belt. These are too small and they will not stretch that big. The knife itself is, it's a spike. This is designed as a penetration weapon. Why? Well, the edge is dull, super dull. How dull? Tore the paper, but it is a penetrating weapon. Bye bye, Sheath. It's designed to poke people. Yes, okay, you could block with it an incoming strike or block a knife or something like that, but you can see immediately I go to carry it this way. You could carry it this way. There's no jimping or anything up here. Obviously, I've wrapped the handle in hockey tape. This black tactical coating, and even the regular silver one, really, really slick with no jimping and very, very little of a finger guard here. Your hand's going to slide. Even though this isn't sharp, you put enough pressure, it'll cut you. So I wrapped it up, and then I added from paracord a little loop. If it is a forward sky carry, upright carry, however you want to call it, that does give me a little bit better control over the knife if I do need to do a cut or a stab. The stab, it does stop my hand from sliding forward too much. It also, while it's in its sheath, makes it easier to do a reverse draw. My finger fits in here, it's just slightly bigger than the size of my finger, and it does give you better penetration when you stab. It's not saying that, you know, you don't feel that. You could palm load with this and put it through, I'm sure I could put it through a piece of meat palm loading. But I mean, thumb load, quick stab, 1/4 inch penetration into 1/2 inch plywood. No damage to the tip, but that tip is pointy as hell. The only really sharp point might be the Tanto transition. Yeah, the Tanto transition will cut, but it's transition point between two different angles. So a little undercover dagger, I mean, it's fine. It's a personal defense weapon. For me, it's not an everyday knife. You can open envelopes. It's a letter opener, but it's not going to slash someone open if you need to use it in that situation. It's a very limited but very easy to carry knife. If I'm wearing a shirt like this, it is concealed, and that is illegal where I am. So tuck it in, carry it open. It's black. It's the same color as my belt actually, but where I am, for an item like that, if you are carrying it as a personal defense item, you must carry it open. Can't be in your pocket, that's a concealed carry. Can't be hidden by your shirt, that's a concealed carry. Can't be in an interior pocket or hidden by your jacket, concealed carry. Where I live, that's all concealed carry. So be aware of where you are when it comes to personal defense items. Couboutons, stuff like that, those are legal where I am. Couboutton keychain, if I wanted to turn this into a keychain, put it through here, use the keychain loop as my thumb loop, it's perfectly legal. It is pointy. There is a chance putting this in my pocket I will stab myself, so it'd probably be pretty stupid, but it would be legal. You can use this as a Couboutton if you need to work pressure or if you need to move someone away, anything like that. It does have that same functionality with the added bonus of penetration. You can have this out and stabbing someone pretty quickly. The reason you'll see me carry it this way, as if I'm going to slash with it, rather than this way, which is the normal way if you were stabbing someone and needing to draw through them, there is no good grip on this side. There's a double-edged version of this that was really difficult for me to find, and I actually can't even, I don't think I can get it in Canada, because every time I put in an order, customs stops it. It's basically this times 2. It's a little bit longer, and it's got a double edge, nice wicked point, and the grip's on both sides, so you can easily stab and slash with it. But, yeah. I do like it. It was $9. I really couldn't say no. At $9, it's a heavy piece of metal that will stop someone if I need it to. It's only about 3 1/4 inches. You don't need much more than that. If it's in a personal defense situation, 3 inches is enough to hit the liver. Get them from behind, it's enough to hit the kidneys. In the head, it will kill. In any situation, 3 inches is enough. I think the Romans used to say 2 inches in the right spot is enough. It is true. You don't need more than a 3-inch knife in a personal defense situation. That said, do you want a big fuck off shiny one? You're going to see a big fuck off shiny one in my next one. Sorry for swearing. I'll try not to swear. But, yeah. Next one, the Undercover Fighters series, or the Undercover series, has a lot of weird knives. This is one of them. There's an Undercover Sonic Karambit. There's an Undercover Hornet, which is basically a curved karambit that goes back this way. No edge on the back, all edge on the front with mild serrations. United Cutlery does a lot of, I apologize if you're a United Cutlery fan, but they do a lot of low-end, cool, but not really functional items. Their Sonic Karambits and stuff like that, like they're actually pretty good. They're tiny, they're quick, they're sharp, and they do what they're meant to do, which is slash. They're not absolutely fantastic. I did own a Honshu Karambit at one point. I don't anymore. I do like Karambits. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Karambits. But United Cutlery's take on a lot of their stuff is a little different. This thing's Sheath. I mean, it comes with this big old belt loop, which, yes, okay, slips on your belt just fine, but slips off your belt just as easily. Like that's, I'm not even trying. You bend down in the wrong place and it pops right up. The knife goes into the sheath and is held into the sheath by a little plastic tab. I'll come closer to the camera so you can see. This little plastic tab, hopefully that's focusing, sits right there. Push it out, pull it out, just like the cold steel Bowie Bushman. Problem. Put it any other way, it doesn't sit right in the sheath, and that won't go through. So you always have to carry it this way. Why is that a problem? Well, for me, it's a problem because if it's on this side, I do have to draw it and hold it karambit style. But if I hold it on this side, I can't draw it karambit style. It comes out like that. I'm sorry, I'm cutting myself with the serrations. So I have to, instead, it's kind of a pain in the ass getting in and out, I have to pull it out this way. Works fine, but you can see from the design of the handle, it's not really what it was intended for. The handle has, fine little finger grips, but that ring at the bottom, trying to bend my finger in there, doesn't really help with the pinky at all. Some people out there might know this quote from Kendo, where all the power in the cut is from the pinky. Well, the pinky does help you with control when you're doing slashes or stabs, but it's really uncomfortable in the pinky here. So, from what I see, it's designed to be like this. It's designed to, and as you can tell, it's a little small for my fingers. It's designed to be held so that you can strike with the ring, slash with the knife, stab with the knife, anything like that. But again, just as I said with this little guy with Dove here, you can't hold it this way. There's no easy way to grip it. This gets in the way, there's no gripping on the backside, and just like with Dove, I had to hockey tape this because it was really, really smooth. There was very, very little resistance, and it was easy for it to slide out of the hand. When I first got it as well, this sheath, this would rattle in the sheath, and the hockey tape actually helped get rid of the rattle. How sharp is it? I mean, this one's a little bit better, and then it screws up. But it's not much. The best part for cutting with this is the tearing of those little serrations, and even then, they're iffy. It's not really the best thing for that. Penetration-wise, this does give you great power for the penetration. But I found with the slashes and the penetration against anything other than a really soft target, a foam target, the shock carries up your hand. This basically almost locks you perfectly in place for everything to transfer. So, yeah. If I were to buy, again, I probably wouldn't have bought this. I bought these, the M48, all of that, all at the same time. These are actually in the same order with some of my cold steel stuff. I probably wouldn't buy this again. I don't actually recommend this. This is a functional self-defense item. This is tactical. Yes, I could use it in an emergency. It might intimidate someone, standing there, minus this little knife, standing there like this, or standing like this, or, I mean, you can strike with it. I'm not going to pommel strike with this one, guys, sorry. It's too small to do a brass knuckle punch, and holding it like this, one of my knuckles protrudes past the ring, and yeah, no, that's going to hurt. But, I mean, you can tell I've practiced with it. I didn't fling it and hit myself in the head there. The sheath is kind of limited. You can do a scout carry with this one, either up front or in the back, but it's got the same problem. You have to do it one specific way, or else getting the knife out is next to impossible. If I wanted to scout carry this thing, I would want to draw it out this way. I'm right-handed. This looks like it's designed only for a scout carry on the left, so that you can get the knife out like that. So that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense for me. I think United Cutlery's website said this was a multi-position sheath. I don't consider this multi-position. It's cheap plastic that, yeah, sure, maybe you can put in one other position. I mean, the personal defense items that I choose tend to, I can, as you can tell, buy cool looking stuff and then go, ah, crap, why the hell did I buy it? Or I can buy stuff that is basically, like, oh, well, I could use it for this. Self-defense pens, this works like that. It works like the Coupeton. This little guy is great. $10, penetrates quite nicely. This one was, I think, $19, and, well, it penetrates the same. It's more cumbersome, it's more difficult to carry, it doesn't have the utility that it should. It wasn't really worth ordering. But, yeah, I mean, between the two of them, I like Dove better. That's why this one didn't get a name. I name my favorite knives. I don't name my what the hell knives. I do have a lot of cold steel stuff that will probably show you for personal defense items, but I've got a lot of United Cutlery, a lot of lower end stuff. I've got a lot of, wow, holy crap, I spent $9 on this, and this is utterly fantastic stuff that I will show you as part of this series. But yeah, of the two of these, the $9 item was the better one. You can get this through Knife Zone. I haven't seen it on Warriors and Wonders, but I'm not looking to pick up another one. I know I saw it on Amazon. This guy, I've seen it on Amazon in both the black and the silver. I got it through Knife Zone with this order. I wouldn't get it again, but that's, at this point, it's really just personal preference. It's a United Cutlery, cool looking, not useful item, where this one is still kind of cool looking, but it's a lot more useful. It's like the Spike series from Cold Steel. This does what it's supposed to. It is not a slasher. It will tip slash just fine with this nice little tip and the transition point, but it is a poker, poker, poker. So, yeah. That's about all you need to hear on these. I hope you like this personal defense weapons defense, however I want to actually name it. The PDW series, Personal Defense Weapons series. And I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of them. When I've got pairs like this, I'll try to do them together. I do have a couple of other items. Actually, these are 6 of them will be United Cutlery items. Pros, cons, versus, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want to get it, get the Undercover little knife. Don't get the Undercover Fighter if you can avoid it. Or rather, I suppose I should say, get the UC-126 in either the silver or the black, because it is the better item for $10. That's about it. I'm going to leave you at that. Hopefully you watch the rest of the PDW series. Until next time, I'm Stick Guy 187. Stay sharp. A little penetration test here for you guys. These 2 knives aren't good enough for coconut. I actually believe I will either bend the tip or smash my fist right into the coconut. I don't know if you punched a human skull and broken your hand, but it's not something you want to repeat. So, little cantaloupe here, just as a bit of a hard tissue stand-in. Don't have ballistic gel or anything like that. I just want to show you what kind of wounds would be from both of these. I mean, obviously the bigger knife will do more damage, but there's a reason why I choose the smaller item over the bigger item. So big knife first, just simple straight down stab. I'm not going to slash with it. Cantaloupe skin takes a slash easily, but you know, a little penetration, no effort, straight in, gives you, you know, the width of the blade. But like I said before, it's a little cumbersome and it's not the world's greatest defense item. Dove. In and out, you know, palm load, straight down, full length. That's why I choose this guy over this guy.